show you how you can reduce any muscle tightness or muscle knots with a technique called Myofascial. And I'm going to explain to you in more detail what it is as we go through the exercises. I'm Noko, and if you like what I do, if you find value, share the video, like the video, and if you are new, subscribe by clicking the bottom right corner of the screen. I'm going to be using balls, whatever you have. Tennis ball is great. I have another ball that's really soft, might be a bit too soft for what we're doing today. And this is a ball that's very rigid, with really hard. And I explained to you how to modify the intensity based on the balls you have. So grab whatever you have. Also, if you have a foam roller, okay, that's great. If not, that's fine. Before we get started, check the links in the description below to find out more about what I do and to stay connected with me. Let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start by testing kind of our range of motion. So with the feet flat, feet hip width apart, just gonna slide your hands down your thighs until you reach a point where it becomes uncomfortable, keeping your knees straight, okay? And once you reach that point, close your eyes and notice how it feels in your calves, in your hamstrings, in your low back. What we're doing right now, we're testing our range of motion before we're doing this myofascia, then we'll do it afterwards. Bending your knees, hands on the thighs, slowly coming up. Okay, grabbing a ball, any ball, and this is how you modify the intensity. Basically, the harder the ball, the harder the surface, the more intense the exercise. We're going deep into the tissues today. So let's find a spot under our feet, like in the arch of the foot, and hold it here, putting a bit more weight, shifting the weight into this leg. If possible, you can even lift the other foot and hold it there. Fascia is a connective tissue, a layer of connective tissues wrapping your entire body from your head to your toes. And I like to think of it as layers of a web. Imagine a web that's really slippery with layers. It's wrapping every bone, every muscle, every connective tissue, every organ, giving your body its structure, its shape. Let's move the ball a bit further forward. And basically, the longer you stay on one spot, the better. Let's switch sides. So we start gently rolling the ball forth and back. And when your fascia is healthy, it stretches, can really stretch with every movement. So it gives you freedom of movement. However, it can become really sticky and really stiff, causing muscle knots, causing pain in your muscles. Your fascia can become stiff and thick and sticky if you don't exercise enough. Okay, there's not a lot of physical activity in your life, so your fascia is going to become sticky. Or on the opposite and if you exercise too much, if you overtrain and you do the same movement, repetitive movement all the time, like if you play tennis all the time, okay, it's the same movement, and this can also inflame the fascia and your fascia can become injured. Or you can have just injuries that damage your fascia. So what we're doing here, we're targeting all the fascia layers here, going from the sole of the feet. We're going to go through the ankles, the hamstring, and the thigh muscles today. So let's go into the arch of the foot and see if you can shift your weight from one leg into the foot with the ball. And if it's a bit uncomfortable, take a deep breath in and out. Again, in and out. Let's move the ball a bit further to the front. I'm leaning really into it. Lifting the other foot. And release. Let's work on the calves. So we're going to start with the ball at the ankle here. I bend the other leg, and what I do, I lift my hips and slowly slide forth and back. And you start feeling some areas where there may be some knots, some stiffness. It's usually painful. So I can feel a knot here. So I'm just holding it here, making tiny movement, or just holding it right here. And you may feel where the muscles are connecting. This side feels actually pretty good. I'm gonna go back to the area that's a bit more painful, the flesh of the calf. Now, if you want to increase the intensity, some of you may not feel much, you can cross your legs. So this is really intense for me. But if it's not intense for you, go ahead. Let's go more on the inside of the calf muscle. And it's really up to you to decide where you go based on how it feels. So if you don't feel anything, doesn't hurt, it should hurt actually, or be, I wouldn't say hurt, but be pretty uncomfortable. So find a spot that are pretty uncomfortable. Let's work on the other side. So bending one leg, hands next to the hips, we lift the hips and we slide. On the outside, this feels really good. Now I'm going to go more into the meat of the calf, which is not very comfortable. And you can also go across. Okay, we go forth and back, but we can go side to side. And you may start sweating as you do this, increasing your blood flow, your circulation. All right, now we're going to go into the hamstring, this part of the muscle. With a ball, this may not be enough because it might be a little bit too small. You may have to use both legs, or if you have a foam roller, that's even better. If you don't have one, I would strongly recommend to purchase one. So with the foam roller, what you do, you place the roller just above your knee, same as we did earlier, lift the hips and slide. And this doesn't feel much for me, so I can use both legs. The difference with the foam roller and the tennis balls, or the balls, foam roller spreads across a wider area, so it's not as intense. Now if I go back to the ball, I'm going to use this one. Okay, this is much more intense. I'm sorry. Let's go to the side. So here, you can be on your elbow, find the area on your thigh just above the knee, start rolling. Again, with the foam roller, it's pretty comfortable, and with the ball, you may feel something different. No, my thigh muscle, my quads are really tight, so when we do this part, it's going to be very painful. Let's do the other side. Now, obviously, The longer, the better. So if you can stay several minutes on the same area, it's much better. So hamstring. You can also cross your legs, okay? Or foam roller, even better, but not as intense. So just going from the mat, from the carpet into a hard surface would increase the intensity. Let's go to the side. So find the fleshy part just above your knee. Bend the other leg, can be front or back. And from here you slide into the ball. So I think I can use the other ball that's a little bit harder and go deeper. Yes, huge difference. Okay, now we're gonna place it just above the hip bone. So find your hip bones here. So you go up the thighs, hip bone, place the ball, and we're gonna lay on it right here. And we're gonna go forth and back. So we're going across the lines of the muscle here. This can be pretty intense. So hold it right here. Find a point where you feel the intensity and hold it. Take a deep breath into the nose and exhale. Let's move the ball a bit, or let's roll into it. So we target another point. Inhaling to the nose and out. Again. Let's roll the ball forth and back. And other side. So find the bone of your hip, go just above it, lay on it, and roll side to side. Nice. Now let's retest, okay, what we did earlier. Our standing position, keeping the spine long, the knees extended, slowly going down, and you may notice a huge difference here. Your fascia is more flexible, okay, we release the tension, the knots, so it moves with your body. Remember, when your fascia is tight, it gets thicker, it limits movement. So here you can go much deeper into the movement. Let's place one foot forward. So if you are on a hard surface, use a mat. It can be here. And from here, press your tailbone forward. Breathing into the nose and out. In and out. In and out. Right here, we extend the front knee, flexing the ankle, pushing the tailbone back, chest forward. Hold it right there. And switching leg. Right foot flat on the floor, pressing the tailbone forward. Opening the chest if you're up here. You can have both hands on the inside if you want to go a bit deeper. You can even place your elbows on a block. or on the floor. Breathing into the nose and out. 2 more. So we're gonna do 1 more for the quads, for the front of the thigh. So 1 more exercise to release your fascia. And next time we'll do the upper body. All right, oops, we forgot something. From here, okay, we extend the front leg, leaning forward. See if you can flex your ankle, so pushing your heel forward and pulling the toes back. Lengthening the spine, opening the chest, thinking of bringing the chest towards the front toe. Slowly releasing. Upright. For the front of the thigh, this is the best thing to use. So you're going to place your foam roller above your knee and just roll forth and back. And this is not too bad actually, because I'm on a mat, plastic carpet. And you can slightly roll to the side. Now if you have a ball, you're gonna need maybe a big ball or definitely a hard ball. We do the same thing. Place it above the knee and start rolling back. So this time you're gonna have to be on your elbows and roll back. So I'm tucking my toes under. Don't know if you can sit. And so the movement's going to be smaller, shorter. So we're going to work on one part of the thigh at a time. Then you're going to have to move the ball a bit further out. So as you're doing this, you're also working your upper body. Okay. Let's work on the other side. So placing the ball just, above the knee. I'm bending the other leg, moving forth and back. Going further out on the thigh. Now moving the ball a bit higher, same thing. And you can go side to side. In circle. Nice. Let's do one last retest. Standing up, leaning forward, and you may feel a huge difference now. Just by working on your fascia, releasing those knots. Okay. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, go to the comments below, email me. Check out the links in the description to learn more about what I do, to stay connected. And any feedback is always appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you are new so that you get a notification every time I publish a new video. See you next Saturday. Bye for now.